Hey everybody, welcome back. Friday in the shop. Got a little bit of downtime today because we're waiting on parts for a bunch of projects and seems to be some shipping delays and what have you. So wanted to jump on here. I'm gonna try and work on the giveaway bike a little bit, knock out a couple of things, probably work on a little bit of wiring and figure out a parts list, what we need to do. Quick interruption to talk about today's sponsor and something a little bit on the serious side. You know, we like to joke around here, but if you ride, which I assume you do if you're watching us, you know the risks involved. That's why I've got Law Tigers and my buddy Jason on speed dial. These guys are riders just like us, and in the unfortunate situation that something happens, motorcycle accident, you're going to need someone to fight for you. That's these guys. So save this number, 1-800-LAW-TIGERS. But if the worst happens, just know you've got a team that fights for you and rides with you. Be sure to follow Law Tigers and Law Tigers SoFlo on Instagram. Probably make a clutch cable, just a couple little things. There's really not a lot left to do on this thing. Change the rear tire, and that's it. Just a quick shop update. Please check out our website, GattisGarage.com, and more importantly than that, our web store. There's a link on the homepage of the website, or you can go directly to the store, GattisGarage.BigCartel.com. We have been really working hard, developing lots of products for what we think is an underserved market, the Jap custom community. So working on so far lots of shadow parts, lots of V-Star 650 parts, and we're actively searching for some other bikes to get in here and start developing some parts for 800 Vulcan, probably Rebel 250, VTX 1300, and anything else that people want and need. So please go over there and check that out. Let us know what you think. It means a lot to us. All the website sales stuff goes to help support the channel and keep us building these bikes and doing stuff like this giveaway and whatnot. So as far as the giveaway stuff goes, later on in the video, we'll drop the details about how to get signed up for that. Please do that. Again, I'm just absolutely blown away that we cannot get people to sign up for this giveaway. So anyway, I'm going to get to work, not ramble on too much about that, but please check out the web store and let us know what you think. If you're looking for a custom part for an oddball custom bike, we also do love doing one-of-a-kind stuff, so reach out to us about stuff like that if you need, and we're going to get to work. All right, guys, so first things first, we're going to get our clutch cable made up. Got our clutch cable mount, which looks very similar to this. It's like the end piece, basically this exact piece, hooked up to the motor. And then we're going to go ahead and route the cable. Need to grab a couple zip ties just so we can get this routed exactly how we want, so we get our cable length right. So whenever you're making cables, you always want to get the outer sleeve figured out first. We'll route this up through our triple trees and across to the other side where we can check our length up at our handlebar here, which might be slightly off camera. Alright, so we got that routed where we want just about, and we're just gonna figure out our length. You know, we don't want it too tight, so give a little extra room. And we'll just cut that to length. So all this cable making stuff is available. Motion Pro sells it. So if you need to make custom cables, it's not really a crazy hard project. It does kind of cost a little bit of money, and if you're only going to make one cable ever, it's probably not worth investing in the stuff, but you can buy individual little ends. This is the Motion Pro cable fittings. It's got all your little solder on ends. And as far as like the cable ends like this, I usually just steal these off old cables. So whenever we have an old cable, or if we're just removing a cable because it's not the right length, I kind of just save that stuff and recycle those ends into new cables. Because they really don't go bad unless they were like on a bike that sat outside and rotted or something. So now we're going to grab our inner sleeve. Wait, I put somewhere. Oh, here it is. So then we'll get our first end soldered on. So again, this is really nothing too tricky. I take the end, I slide it on the cable. Take the end of the cable with some cutters and just kind of smash the end up a little bit to cause like a little bird nest so that your fitting stays in place. And you just take a little butane torch or whatever and start heating the end up and then flow some solder in there. So the key is you want to get the brass fitting really hot and the cable hot so that it flows into the cable. You don't want to just coat the fitting with solder, as that's not going to connect you good. So just feed a little bit of solder in here. And then you have to patiently wait for it to cool off, which I'm not very good at. So sometimes I'll lick my fingers and sizzle cool it, but I always end up burning them. But I'm just impatient, so just let it cool for a minute. Once that cools off, we'll come back and do the other end. Okay, so this is probably the most, well, it's not difficult, but the most critical part is getting your cable length right. So we're going to put our end on here. I always keep my adjusters all the way in, shortest amount possible. That way we have some leeway to adjust the cable, fine tune it. So we're just going to figure out where our cable end is going to go. We'll get a little mark on our cable, which I just hold with my finger. Then I come and snip that off. And I usually go a little bit longer than I think because, like I said, I have my adjusters all the way short. So I know I have a little room to adjust the cable. And it's better to be a little bit long than a little bit short, because if you're too short, you're remaking the whole cable. So put our little ends on. And this stuff gets harder and harder. My eyes seem to be getting worse and worse, like rapidly. So if you're young and you have good vision, man, appreciate it. I used to give my dad all kinds of crap about him not being able to see anything, and now it's biting me in the ass because I can't see anything. And it sucks. So we'll bird nest our little end here. All right, we got that end soldered up. We'll let that cool. Come back and hook our clutch up and adjust it. All right, guys, we got our smaller tire mounted up here. Couple of reasons. Main reason is some days my brain doesn't work, and I mocked this bike up with an old tire, and then when we put the new tire on, it was way too close to the fender, so decided to, instead of cutting it all up and moving everything, we just got a little bit shorter tire, which looks good, a little more vintage looking, and it's going to give us a little bit lowering in the back, give us a little bit more of a chopper look. So overall worked out fine, no big deal, problem solved. All right, guys, so our clutch cable's all cooled off. I'm going to go ahead and get this installed, maybe. If this fitting will fit in here. It's always something. Got too much paint in there probably. Gotta go grab my little Dremel and open that up. All right, guys, so got my little piece trimmed. We got our cable put in, and I'm gonna hop over to the other side, make our cable adjustment. When you're adjusting a clutch cable, you wanna have about like 1/8 of an inch of free play in your clutch. So that means that your lever moves a little bit before your cable starts moving. That way you know your clutch is completely released when you let the clutch out, and you don't have any clutch slippage from your clutch dragging. So, or yeah, from your cable, you know, pulling the clutch a little bit. I'm gonna get this cable adjusted here. It's just a couple nuts. Somebody's got these nuts crazy tight on this adjuster, so gotta see if I can get this thing to come loose. This is the one downside to when you reuse these cable ends. Make sure the nuts are free before you make the cable, or you end up having to fight it like I am here. So it's got a little bit too much free play, so we'll adjust these nuts a touch more. Yeah, something always wants to fight you a little bit. I guess that's part of the fun, right? Let's screw this back in. Get some slack in our cable. Pop this all out of here. Got some nuts we can adjust. All right, so screw our adjuster in. I like keeping the adjuster at the handle in as far as possible, because that's where you have quick access to make adjustments without any tools. So I like to keep that one in, take up most of the slack down low, and then if you need to, you can make adjustments right here, right on the fly. So that's looking good. Little bit of free play. Feels like a nice clutch. All right, everybody. Gonna interrupt the video here and try and get some quick information out there. The giveaway is back. We have tried twice now. This is our third and going to be our final attempt to get people excited about literally signing up to win a motorcycle for free. You don't have to spend any money. You just have to send an email and subscribe to our channel. I don't mean to talk to you like you're stupid, but this is so simple. I cannot understand how this is so difficult to do. The point of this is obviously for us to build our channel. Us building our channel helps us be successful. Therefore, the payoff of us giving away a motorcycle that we spent a bunch of time and money on is worthwhile. So, send your email, GattisGarageGiveaway.com. Be sure you're subscribed to the channel. And you don't have to, but if you want to actually win it, share this information with all your friends. We have 4,700 plus subscribers right now. If everybody gets one person to subscribe to the channel, we'll hit the number in like a day or 2 days, and the bike will go to its new home, which would be super cool for us. This is a simple thing, and I am just completely dumbfounded at the fact that we can't get people to do this. So help me help you. I think that was Jerry Maguire. But anyway, we want to give the bike away. It'll be an awesome thing. It's a good feeling doing something nice for somebody. But yeah, we do have to get something out of it. We can't just build motorcycles for free and give them away. We'd be out of business quick if we weren't getting some return on our investment. So for us, the return on our investment is building the channel into a success. So please do this. And we're going to get back to our regular video. All right, guys. So probably the last thing for today, I'm going to look at our plug wire setup. We got our coil mount here. We got some cloth plug wire that we like to use. And let's see, how do I want to set these up? Maybe we'll do the inside coil as the rear cylinder. Need to go find my glasses, I guess. Yeah, it's a screw down. So these Honda coils got like a threaded stud in there. You actually screw the wire in, which is kind of a real pain in the ass, but you know. Then you push the O-ring down. You screw that, and you got a secure wire. So this one will run over here, which will go to this rear right side spark plug. Cut that off. Then we're going to do the same thing for the front one here. This one will loop to this plug here. It will go behind this. This will come here to a boot. And then we've got our front here. And it looks like we're going to be just short on this plug wire. So I'm going to have to get some more white cloth plug wire, no big deal. I don't have the ends either. I used to always use the NGK resistor plug ends, but it seems like NGK discontinued them. So kind of on the hunt for a new source of the kind of plug wire ends I like. They're the hard plastic ones that screw on to the end of the plug wire. So I'm going to do some digging, see what we can come up with for those. And then this will go right here, and we'll have the fourth one that will come up and over there. It's going to look pretty good. Happy with that. Adds a little cool styling to the bike, something simple instead of just crappy plug wire. And depending on what color your bike is, you can get this stuff. You know, I got some gray here. I got blue. I think that's left over from the 24-hour bike, maybe. They got regular cloth black, all kinds of cool stuff. So, it's a real simple thing that I think gives a really nice touch on a custom bike. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for today. Not a tremendous amount of stuff done, but, you know, we got our tire change. We got our clutch cable fabricated and installed, and started messing with our spark plug wires. I got a little bit busier than I was expecting to be today, which is a good problem to have. Had a bunch of people coming in, so that took away some of my time. But anyway, we're still chipping away at this thing, getting it done. And once we get it done, we hope to be able to have somebody to give it to. So please follow the directions on the giveaway. And please check out the website if you can. And let us know what you think. Sound off in the comments with any questions or concerned. As always, I do read all the comments and I try to reply to everything. And that's it. We're going to get out of here. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow for a regular Saturday video. But I do have to go out of town to pick up a bike. And I'm just not sure what the day is going to bring. So we're going to do our best to film something in the morning at least. Maybe we'll work a little bit on the aluminum bobber or something like that. So anyway, as always, appreciate you guys being here. And we hope to see you next time at Gattis Garage.